Welcome back to English Plot Twist. This is your ultimate destination for mastering fluent American English through the magic of storytelling. If you want to expand your vocabulary and boost your listening confidence naturally, you are in the exact right place. Sit back, listen closely, and let's improve your English together. The empty canvas. Samuel was a 70-year-old retired lighthouse keeper who lived alone in a small cottage by the rocky shores of Maine. For 40 years, his only job was to keep the lighthouse lamp burning bright to guide ships safely through dark storms. He loved the quiet sound of the ocean waves and the crying of the seagulls. However, after he retired, the silence in his cottage became too heavy. He felt empty, like a machine that was no longer useful to the world. He believed that his best days were behind him and that he had nothing left to contribute. To pass the time, Samuel decided to try painting. He bought a beautiful wooden easel, expensive oil paints, and a large, blank white canvas. But every morning, he would sit in front of the empty canvas for hours, holding a paintbrush in his shaking hand, unable to paint a single stroke. He was terrified of making a mistake. He felt that since he was old, he could never create anything beautiful or meaningful. One sunny afternoon, a 9-year-old boy named Toby, who was visiting his grandmother next door, knocked on Samuel's open door. Toby was a lively child with a big imagination. He saw Samuel staring sadly at the blank white canvas. "Wow, mister, that is a huge canvas," Toby said, walking right into the room. "What are you going to paint on it?" Samuel sighed and set his brush down. "Nothing, young man," Samuel replied gently. "I am too old to learn how to paint. I don't know where to start, and I am afraid of ruining this perfectly clean canvas." Toby looked at the empty white cloth, then looked up at Samuel with a mischievous grin. Without warning, Toby dipped his hand into a jar of bright blue paint and slapped his wet palm right in the middle of the clean canvas, leaving a big, messy blue handprint. Samuel gasped in shock. "What did you do?" He cried out. "You ruined it." Toby just laughed and pointed at the blue handprint. "I didn't ruin it, mister. Look, it looks like a big blue ocean wave. Now you don't have to fear making the first mistake. The mistake is already done. Now you just have to finish the picture." Toby waved happily and ran outside to play. Samuel stood in absolute silence, staring at the messy blue handprint. Slowly, a smile appeared on his face. He realized that the little boy had given him a profound lesson. Perfection is the enemy of creativity, and fear only keeps you frozen. Samuel picked up his paintbrush, dipped it into yellow paint, and drew a bright sun right above the blue handprint. For the next 3 hours, he painted with absolute freedom. He didn't care about making mistakes anymore.